Hey everybody, it's GauntletX and welcome back to some more Magic Arena, and today's video is going to be a previously live-streamed playthrough of a traditional best 2 out of 3 sealed event of Phyrexia, All Will Be One. Without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, well, the rares here are better than everything we opened yesterday again, even though I can only really run like 2 of these in the same deck. They're going to be better than all our decks yesterday, most likely. I think Kai is playable in this sealed format. Not as good as normal, but you can get there in sealed. Jace plus Vorinclex, though, those are better cards. So we hope our blue-green is good, but if it's not, and we just have good, like, black-white nonsense, we could still play Kaya. Yeah, you definitely need great controlling kind of support for the Kaya. Oops. This off the screen. There we go. Yeah, we're hoping for blue-green for sure. Obviously, because we want to try to take infinite extra turns with Ichor Moon Gauntlet. No other reason. That's the real reason. All the Proliferate stuff. Okay, check out our multicolored and colorless. See if there's any signpost uncommons that are important. Not really. Not really that interested in that. Colorless, we have Mere Convert for fixing for anything. Skull Bomb, that's just a blue card. Alright, so just Mere Convert there. We have 0 lands. Multicolored or colorless? Yeah, 0 lands. Well, interesting. In white, we've got some stuff. Is the Awful Gauntlet potentially playable? No, I'm just screwing around. I don't know. Flesh Cutter can be borderline sometimes. Vanish can be borderline. Most of our white is borderline, though. A Double Duelist, Attendant, and Shepherd are pretty good. Ossification's great. The Devotions are good on these creatures. Not a ton of great white. A little bit of filler. White's not horrible. I have the green-white duel. I wonder why it doesn't show up when I do this. Huh. I guess I can just do this. See our lands. Oh wait, can I do this? No, that just shows basics. Oh my god. Let's just manually, no filter, scroll all the way to the end. The green-white duel. Alright, that's the only land we have. Alright, check out our blue now. Serum Snare again. Obviously, that was pretty great last time. Great against the green removal spells in the format. Oh, we have 0 creatures? Basically 0 creatures. Fisher and Blister Zoa are very borderline, as is Anatomist. All of our creatures are borderline playable just because they're very slow late game cards. Ichor Moon Gauntlet doesn't really work. I have Malcator, we don't have enough artifacts. I have Malcator's our literal only blue artifact. We have 1 Mere Convert that can mana fix us for Jace. That's it, though. We didn't get any Terramorphic Expanses or Prophetic Prisms. Our spells aren't horrible, but we just do not have creatures. Not in love with the blue, even though we have Jace. Kinda like the black. Phyrexian Arena is a very, very double-edged sword in this format, though. Actually, definitely had some issues with it, but we have Double Drown in Ichor, Whisper of the Dross, decent early toxic stuff. Black's at least fine here. Hive Master and Head Cleaver, we kind of have a curve in black. Offer Immortality can be good in the toxic decks as well, because often they're just like trying to keep themselves unpoisoned, and will make little blocks like that give you a lot of Offer Immortality value. Communion's just like whatever. Vraska's Fall is also kind of whatever. Probably play it. I think I would still be main decking the arena in sealed, but I wouldn't take it super highly in draft because draft's a little more aggressive and this card is just, it is risky in this format. The format's just aggressive in general. 2 Volt Charge, 2 Hex Gold Slash in red. That is the reason to play it. Actually do have a good creature curve as well when you count Batter Fist and Splitter. We have excellent removal in red and a solid curve of creatures, Double Engraver being good, getting us out of Flood late game, Batter Fist being great on 2, Strider great on 5. I'm very biased, I really like red in this format, but I think this is also just really good stuff in red. Crescendo is also just a super solid 2-for-1 trick. No bombs or anything, but just solid, consistent little curve here with great removal. Red is honestly my favorite color so far in this sealed pool. Green is the best color though, it looks like. We have an Infectious Bite. Like, we're not likely to have a ton of green removal spells, there just aren't a lot in this format, but we do have at least one with Infectious Bite. We have Adaptive turn 1 and Rustvine Cultivator turn 1. So we have the Adaptive getting bigger as the game goes on, the Cultivator ramping us up into our big late game plays, and we have the Vorinclex late game and the Lattice Blade Mantis. We've got a Canker Blue on turn 2, which is great. The rest of our cards are pretty filler. You know, a couple Branch Blight Stalkers, a Long Legs, a Basilisk, a couple Plague Nurses, Thirsting Roots. But we have a few cards in here that are just really high quality. The 1-drops, the Vorinclex, and the Bite. Is green red? Does red like fill out the curve here well for that? Yeah, we do have fixing with roots. It's not super where you want to be for fixing, but it can do the job. Canopy, I think I like leaving in the sideboard overall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more cut. Oh, wow. Let me put the colorless cards in here first. Okay, we're not playing Kinsmith or Skullbomb, but we can play Convert in here. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would be all the cuts, and then this is just the deck. We gotta run double Stalker, which is awkward in here. Running a Basilisk. Cackler, I guess, is okay. We end up with some kind of jankety filler. At 2 mana, just a little bit of it. But it helps us curve out a lot, which is fine. This looks pretty decent. I'm not married to it yet. Still gonna look at our other stuff. But this looks pretty solid. I don't think we're splashing for Jace with this deck. I could because I have Convert and potentially double Thirsting Roots, but again, Jace is significantly better at double blue than at 2 and a blue. Because if you pay it for 2 and a blue and 2 life, it's coming out with 3 loyalty. I guess if you +1, Jace goes to 4. Takes really long to get the big mill from Jace, though, off the splash. I guess it's probably still worth it. Like, worst case scenario, most of the time, spend 3 mana and 2 life, get a 3 loyalty Planeswalker, stops one of their creatures from hitting it next turn, and that's when it upticks to 4. So it'll be at 4 loyalty, and one of their random 3 or less power dorks can't hit it. We just keep upticking and being annoying, and it's just this card on board our opponent eventually has to deal with, or it will mill them out. It probably is worth the splash, actually. Even if we're casting Jace for only a single blue mana. What happened to all my spells? My Hex Gold Slashers and stuff are gone. All my 1-drops are gone. I don't know. Arena glitched out. We'll stop doing that method. Yeah, we have Jason Vorinclex, but if we have one or the other, we're already probably winning. That's just like a cute thing, obviously. Oh, we can have the Skull Bomb in blue as well. If we splash in Jace, worst case scenario, we could just cycle a Skull Bomb. It just helps dig to our win cons. Yeah, Jace is mainly just going to be a really annoying little fog. Your opponent has to deal with it eventually. If I try to go just straight blue-green, I feel like this looks a lot worse than the red. The weakest part of our green is our lack of removal, just 1 Infectious Bite. Blue gives us Bring the Ending, Mesmerizing Dose, which is okay. Red's a lot more helpful on that front. We still have a bunch of unplayable stuff in blue, like Eye of Malcator and the Gauntlet. These prologues just aren't going to do enough. Don't love the little counterspell. Insight's fine. I really just am not that big a fan of our blue outside of the Jace. I like the Serum Snare. I like the Dose, but we have to be in double blue for it. During the paper pre-release, you had Jace and won like 4 games, milling your opponent for 21 to 27 cards. Yeah, Jace is pretty ridiculous. Yeah, we do have 2 Ikers in black. We're definitely going to look at black again. I do want to look at white again, too. White is just like kind of toxic nonsense, and that's it. 1 ossification. Not that into it. Yeah, what about just green, black, poison, splash, and blue? Blue-black's kind of maybe a thing. Feels worse, though. Rakdos for the win? There's that as well. Again, we have like these random Plague Nurses and stuff that aren't great in the green unless we're in green-black specifically and really trying to poison. I haven't found that like super trying to poison works out super well. Alright, I'm cutting a bunch of stuff accidentally at this point. Let me redo this. I've messed it all up again. I don't have a Prism. My only colorless card is Mirror Convert. I mean, I have a Kinsmith, but that... not really. We have Convert and Kinsmith in colorless. Yeah, we have to just play the Convert for fixing. I'm gonna stop using the fancy way of doing it and just do it old school. So Whisper, Rat, Double Drown. Love Communion. Siphoner, Scourge are great. Arena's risky. Roots can fix too, but Roots is like if we really, really need fixing. Ideally, I don't want to root it up too often. I do have Double Stalker in this color pair. I'm trying to legit go for poison. The Bite does kill something and put a poison counter on them. Drown and Iker kills something and puts a poison counter on them. Canopy out of the side can kill something and put a poison counter on them. We do have to run just Lattice Blade Mantis and Vorinclex just because they're big. Vorinclex doubles up poison we put on them. Play some Plague Nurses here, even though they're generally not great. Same with the Basilisk. Copper Longlegs on 2, curves out, could poison them. We've got the Rot Priest in green-black that can find a win out of nowhere with a ton of Toxic. We've got the Convert. It's a 2-drop poisonous creature as well as a way to ramp the Vorinclex out early. I almost feel like if we go green-black, we don't even want to splash the Jace. But I probably still will. Might even play Communion in green-black. This is not a card I want to play often, but...
together, we are unstoppable.
Could be fine. Yeah, could put the Hybrid in off the blue splash as well. Thanks for the follow, Flying Ninja. And we could maybe play Communion, could maybe play Offers, and then we could maybe go Hybrid Jace. Yeah, we definitely, I think Offer Immortality would actually be legit in here because they need to be blocking. I'm probably going to end up cutting the hybrid. It's probably not worth the splash. If we're already splashing Jace, then maybe. Right now, I'm just overfilling the deck with stuff that's probably going to get cut. This is not the final deck. A lot of these are getting cut. But I do want to be open to potentially putting in the hybrid. I want to consider it. Arena's big risk in this format, but I think I'm going to start with it main deck and just be very willing to side it out. It's not just that you're shooting yourself in the face, because you don't shoot yourself that much, but it's that you're not affecting the board at all when you slam it down. So it's historically so powerful because you just slam it down on 3 and go from there. There's a lot of games where even if this didn't damage you, if you just slammed it down on 3 and your opponent went 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop, you're just like, well, shit. I've done nothing. But again, that is more overcorrected towards draft in this format. Because you can't choose to draft a bunch of 1-drops and sealed. It's just, did you open a ton? Yeah, you can treat it like a 5-drop, use it to refuel, but then it's just a really slow card draw spell. If I'm treating it like a 5-drop, I might as well be playing like 5 mana, draw 3 in blue. Nope. I like this. I like the conversation in draft about it, or in chat about it. I like that there's a lot of very differing takes. Naysayers, do you still think I should run it?
Together, we are unstoppable.
Because the believers in Arena really say I should run it. You wouldn't splash or play Arena. The only thing that I might be splashing is Jace. I don't think I'm going to end up splashing in Hybrid, because it is way better on 2 than later in the game, and we can't hit our splash color on 2. This is going to be a pretty bad draw late game. It could be okay, but not incredible. Thanks for the follow, CMC Laugh and Bernie Fire. Wouldn't splash or play Arena, would not play it. Sealed's a bit slower than draft. Think your build makes enough sense. You can always side it out. Would play it if I didn't have other decent card draw. That's true. Don't really have other card draw in black-green at all. Side it in rather than side it out. That is true. That is the big thing. With best of 3, we can side it in or side it out, and I do think I would rather side it in than side it out. Because I really don't want this in my hand if I go up against like red, white, or green, white, and they just start the game off with Evolving Adaptive turn 1, or Sawblade Scamp turn 1, or Crawling Chorus turn 1. There's so many turn 1 plays that I see from my opponent, and I just feel like I've mulliganed if I have Phyrexian Arena in my hand. And it is even worse on the draw. But if you side it in, you're siding it in when you're on the play. If you like lose game 1, then you're like, okay, well, I'm going to be on the play for game 2. I can side this in against their slower deck. That's probably what we do. We should probably always side this in against a slower deck on the play. The fact that when we're choosing when to play it, if we side it in rather than siding it out, means that we can know that we're only playing this when we're on the play. Which does help it as well. You take an Augury over Arena, maybe? I don't think I have consistent enough blue mana to go for that. No duels, no terramorphic, just the one convert and double roots. I'm getting really close to just not doing the splashing because it's forcing me to play roots to get there. So I think I'm not going to be doing anything with the blue. Like we're just playing the one Vorinclex and then a bunch of green-black poison stuff overall. Roots can also proliferate, but that is not worth a card whatsoever. This could be 0 mana proliferate, and it probably should not go in the deck. If the goal is to proliferate. But because it does both, we get to use this instead of a land. But you have to play off curve, and we have 2 really premium 1-drops. Yeah, Thirsting Roots is one of those cards that would play really well in other formats. Like back in Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, I always ran that commune thing that like digs 4 cards deep for a land or an enchantment. I would always play that instead of my 17th land, because early game I just play it and grab a land. And late game I still get something out of it. I try to find an enchantment. But you get punished for that with aggressive decks in this format because you have to play off curve to do it. Whereas with Commune and Kamigawa, because you were like green, white, blue enchantments, you were already a slow deck that wasn't going to use all its mana in the early turns. But in this format, like we're always wanting to drop a 2-mana toxic creature. And then on turn 3, sometimes we would want to go 2-mana toxic creature and a 1-drop, something like that. Fits in the curve less often, so you actually do get punished. Very similar to how you get punished for playing tap lands like the Dross Pits. To where it's not just a straight up auto include anymore. I'm still going to run it. But there's even decks where I wouldn't play Dross Pits. Most of them I'd play at least 1, but I wouldn't go like 3 or 4 copies. Bushwhack was a nice split spell as well. Fight, yeah, Fight is a lot stronger than Proliferate. And even Bushwhack played less well than I thought it would at the start of the format. Even Bushwhack didn't play super great. Stopped playing the tap lands altogether because he kept getting punished by them. It does really suck when you get punished by the tap land. It's kind of funny we could get punished by top decking the tap land even on turn 6 in this deck. 5 lands out, draw the Dross Pits with Vorinclex in hand. It's like, well, goddamn. Yeah, Bushwhack and Commune were stronger than this. And in formats where it played better. I don't think I'm going to go for the roots if I'm not splashing in a 3rd color. And the fact that I have to play them to have a decent mana base if I am splashing a 3rd means I'm pretty chill with green-black. We could splash an Ossification, I guess, because we do have 1 green-white duel. So we have a green-white duel and a mirror convert. But I feel like our on-color removal is good enough. Double Drown, Vraska's Fall, Infectious Bite. Hey, thanks, Like and E-Fits. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. And yeah, big thanks to Florida Man again. He definitely has a great stream, excellent player. Do appreciate all you coming over from the Florida Man stream. I don't think I'm splashing another color. I think we're just going to narrow this deck down and get going here. What is the creature to non-creature at? We're at 18. Plenty creatures. Thanks for the follow. Like an E-Fits and Professor Chaos. Yeah, thanks for the good luck. Have a good day at work. How do you all feel about Communion here? I still haven't loved Communion because it's really blank against instant speed interaction. But if you just play it while your opponent's tapped out, you can't end up super down a card, but you don't affect the board that much with it either, which is kind of a downside. I feel like I have to cut like one of these non-land cards, and I think it's the worst non-land card we have right now. Long Legs, one of our worst creatures, or the worst non-creature card we have right now. Yeah, it's janky and slow for sure. I think, I mean, Plague Nurse giving the whole field an extra toxic is okay, but I have a lot of 4s, so I'm kind of interested in cutting one of these. We could cut a land also. We cut Communion, Long Legs, and then we're cutting a land or a Nurse, but I have a 6-drop that's super powerful. I'm not confident in just cutting a land here. Yeah, if you haven't noticed, I haven't played a whole ton of Toxic because I'm just not in love with the strategy. It feels like the hardest to make it come together. You really need synergy going, especially in Sealed. So I am trying to get some conversations going about a lot of these cards because I just don't have a ton of experience with them. For your reference, I looked at my 17 lands decks, and I think 90% were red, and you just can't play Toxic with red at all. I just always end up in red because it's always decently open, and it's just such a powerful color. There's like no reason to explore anything else. A lot of Boros and Gruul. Communion can be great if you have good 1 and 2 drops that you can get in on turn 2 and 3. Okay, that's cool. Feels not great in here then, because we just have Adaptive and that's it. And Adaptive doesn't have natural toxic either. We just have Cultivator, and Cultivator's not going to do it, because we're going to be using it for ramp. Yeah, that's been my opinion on poison in general in the format. Since the early access event, like even in my draft guide for the format that I made before the set came out on Arena, that's kind of what I said about poison. And I'm like, all these toxic decks, your goal should just be like buffing your corrupted cards. You're very rarely like legitimately trying to make it all the way to 10 poison. This is a deck that could try to actually do it on rare occasion. I think I'm going to drop this Plague Nurse and stick with the 17. Dross Pits is questionable. I could take it or leave it. I think I'm going to leave it for now. But I could see it punishing us and us wanting to change that out between rounds. We don't have that many 1-drops. I've got 2 of them. If I have Dross Pits in the opener, I can always just turn 1 it. Not horrifically hard to play it on turn 3 in this deck either, because we have so many 2-mana cards. We could just go 2-mana card on turn 2, 2-mana card turn 3, then Dross Pits. I feel like I can find homes for the Dross Pits in the curve, so I'm going to try it in at the start. Alright, I'm going to turn off my Parallax card styles. I don't want a 3D Warbly Basilisk. And we're just going to run it here. Hope for the best out of this deck. Get some fancy lands. Oh yeah, make the Gamba. It's time for the Gamba. Make the gamble about poison winds specifically? How many poison winds will we get with this deck? That feels too narrow though, because then like, what if I just O2? Then anybody who thought I was going to get any poison winds is like screwed. I'm just going to go for the same Gamba we always do. Keep it consistent. There, 1 minute Gamba is going. Where's my lands? There they are. I'm so excited for next Tuesday. We finally have favorited lands and I never have to do this again. If you haven't heard, favorited artworks are coming to Arena next week. Percentage of wins from poison? If I win 0 games though, then it's 0% wins either way. If I win 1 game and lose 2, but the 1 game that I won was with poison. Oh, that's true. That's what we could have done if we wanted to do poison gambles. We could have done what percentage of games, not percentage of matches, do I win with poison? Because I can at least win some games, even if I O2. Like yesterday when I was just O2ing against nonsense rares, I was still winning 1 or 2 games each time. Alright, that's the deck. Put a Necrogen Rot Priest on the cover. And see how we do. I think the gamble is over. It looked like it was very skewed towards one side, so hopefully somebody... somebody gambled on the other side so that we actually have a nice little channel point gamba in there. If everyone voted for the same thing, I think it just deletes it. Cowboys is the doubter, so Cowboys is trying to get everybody's money. Let's go. Dilbert, you were here yesterday, right? We proved yesterday we can get some less than 3-win runs. Oh, sorry, Autumn. Here for the wins, but there is solace if we lose. Ooh, we are on the play with a turn 2 Stalker into Rot Priest on 4. We go Stalker, Hive Master, Rot Priest, probably. How long do I leave predictions up for? Just a minute when I'm about to get into a game, but if I take a break, then I leave them up for a long time. Ew, come on. That would be really good in our sealed pool. Well, rather trade the rat into it without even proliferating. I'm not going to be happy to trade either of these into it. I'm just going to play the Stalker. Hopefully Hive Master can trade into it. I don't know how to refund. I'll have to pull open the Twitch dashboard after the round, but I got you, Autumn. Eventually. Yeah, Skull Dwellers just kind of ruined our day already. I was so excited on the play with a 2-3-4 Toxic Curve, and then Skull Dweller hit the board, and I'm like, well, so much for that. No, don't 1-2-3 me and sealed. Probably Rat and Drown here. Don't get any Proliferate value. But I think it's important to be able to actually get in at least a little bit here. Drowning the Raptor in the sky. Stissier's annoying. It probably just trades into Stalker here. Let's get rid of the Raptor, send in the squad. Play a Rat. They'll have at least one poison counter. And I can go Rat for Skull Dweller. Or I could just get hit again if they attack. Incisor Glider, well... definitely trying to proliferate us. Rot Priest attack with Hive Master seems pretty great, because Hive Master for Skull Dweller I think is our best trade. Although Hive Master is the only thing that can attack into Glider until I have the mana up for Death Touch, but once I have the mana up for Death Touch with Rot Priest, anything can attack in. See, I like just Rot Priest Hive Master attack. Feels good to me. Alright, trade into the Skull Dweller, we get a Might. Even the Might token we can give Death Touch to, and we'll have 6 mana up so we can give 2 things Death Touch if they can't kill Rot Priest. Bardiche. They double block Rot Priest, they can kill it. Kill whichever creature I want if they do that. Just send in these two though. Trade up either way. Yeah, Rot Priest is putting in work. That's for sure. Alright, so just gonna go for a trade there. Yeah, Bardiche is a pretty good card. I've run it in draft as well. If I don't have a top end, Bardiche at the top is pretty sick. Yeah, Bardiched up Glider, Vigilant Flying Attacker here. 3/3 Flying Vigilance coming in. 3/4. Forgot about the extra toughness. Well, I've still got Death Touch on all my attacks, and we're poisoning them a lot. They have 5 power total, so they can kill Rot Priest, so never mind about sending in Rot Priest. Send in our Might to trade up into the Duelist. Cool. Yikes. Doesn't block well here. But the Duelist? Yeah, it doesn't like first strike block, but they can still double block Rot Priest, and I can only kill one because it only has 1 power, so I just didn't send it in for that reason. Because then they just, yeah, double block Rot Priest, I kill 1 of the 2 creatures. We are just dead now to this sword. Draw 2 extra cards per turn. They draw 2 extra cards per turn and have protection from green, so we can't get in. We don't even have black removal that's big enough. It's all -4, -4. Alright, well, we are definitely putting our canopy in. I do have 1 Vraska's Fall, but that would kill Dune Mover. Since they hit a Dune Mover off the draws, and now they hit Siphoner Annex Sentry. Well, Canopy looks very good in here. They have multiple flyers and artifacts. So, we really like Flyer to be able to kill the Mythic Rare Sword. And if they don't hit it, even just killing like an Annex Sentry could be pivotal in a future game. Or one of their flyers when we need to. Alright. So we put Canopy in. Longlegs should be okay in here just to block a 1/3 flyer. Longlegs blocks their Pestilent Siphoners. That's probably a bigger reason to maybe run it. Blocks Raptor, the Siphoner, blocks the Siphoner really well. Still not in love with trying to be on blocks, especially when I'm about to be on the play here. Time to side in the arena. I mean, I am on the play, but they went 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop on us, and they're very capable of doing it again. Seen a ton of 2-mana cards. 1/1-drop, a ton of 3-mana creatures. I don't think I like Arena here, because their deck can be fast. Does the sword have protection from green? Just the creature. The canopy can kill the sword itself, but not the creature that's equipped with the sword. We already had a Canker Bloom for main deck artifact removal too. It's pretty sweet. Yeah, I'm not gonna put Arena in here. I'm gonna put Canopy in. Vraska's Fall doesn't seem great in this. In their color pair, they could easily have Oopy Little Dune Mover kind of cards, and Might tokens would make it horrible. So I could see cutting Fall for the Canopy. I don't know if I want Long Legs that bad. Like, it would be fine in here. But I don't think there's anything horrible in here for this matchup. Yeah, I'm just going to cut Fall for Canopy. Because if they go Crawling Chorus on one, Edicts are horrific. If they ever play Charge the Mites, Edicts are horrific. Indoctrination Attendant, Edicts are horrific. Mono green, baby! They definitely can't sword us this game. This Canker Bloom. Stop! Gosh darn it. I think I curve out for now, and then I bite it next turn. That way I bite it and then hit them for 5 if they don't have a follow-up on 2. It's gotta be possible for them to not go 1, 2, 3 every game. Gotta be possible. Okay. Well... No, I still just don't have attacks because they have a 2 toughness or a 2 power creature even if I get rid of the Skull Dweller. I could drown and hold on to the bite. Then I could send in the adaptive at least. Yeah, I still have a bite in hand after this. We'll go for that. We do miss the poison counter from it, but still. We do have 1, 2, 3. Now Hive Master's just getting in the way. Do I bite it or do I convert? With this hand, I think I convert and I gotta be on blocks now. Oh, it's a little too big for bite for now. Hey, drown. I'm again not going to proliferate any poison if I just drown now, but our hand's plenty good at just smacking for regular combat damage. Come on, sorcery speed, drown, send in the adaptive. If they double block, then we can bite. Alright. They're down to just whatever's in their hand. And we have the Canker Bloom if it is the sword. Yeah, pretty good turn, very mana efficient. Bone Picker Scourge, we are far from corrupted. So that's just a 2/2 flyer. 1 land draw away from Vorinclex. They only have 2 toughness to block with. I'm gonna play it really safe here and just hang on to Canker Bloom. Feels like it'll be pretty hard to lose this game if they can't hit sword. And if we just hold on to Canker Bloom, they can't. Alright. There we go. We are going to be on the draw, which is pretty disastrous in this matchup. They went 1-2-3 each game. So I'm a little spooked about that. I don't know if we have any sideboarding tools for when we're on the draw. I guess I could put in the long legs because I'm going to have to be blocking better. That's about it though. Like maybe put a long legs in here. I really like Whisper the Dross in this matchup. We haven't drawn it, but that'll be legit. And maybe Stalker's just worse than a 1-3 when we're on the draw against this deck where they have so many potential 1 toughness stuff and whatever. Going Radical. Radical bringing in red for the removal like Slash. Long legs over a land. Yeah, we are on the draw. If Arena gave me more time to sideboard, yeah, swapping to like green red or black red or something could be interesting here. Double Slash, double Volt Charge seem powerful in the archetype. I don't think I have enough time to do that here though. $13-11. Yeah, I'll just put a long legs in over land here. Since we're on the draw, gives us another draw to hit the land. We did cut a land here, so there's only 12 left in the deck. We could get flooded, but Cultivator into Rat, Cultivator into Convert. Yeah, I could see red-green or red-black being the play here. I wish Arena had a way to pre-build a different deck so that when you go into sideboarding, you can just load that up in Sealed. Because you can do that in Paper Magic. Like, I can just sleeve up all the red cards I would want to play, and then in between rounds, take my stack of sleeved red cards and mountains and go blop, and then put my black cards with it, go blop. This is my game 2 deck. I hate that you can't do that on Arena, because that's 100% a real strategy for competitive Magic. Because there are matchups where one of your colors is just going to pair up better against your opponent's deck. I don't need mana ramp that bad. I'm kind of comfortable to trade Cultivator into Justiciar here. In which case I'd want to play Convert so I can still go Plague Nurse next turn. Like, I don't need 2 mana dorks, so we can go Cultivator trade into Justiciar. And then just use Convert for the next card. Duelist of Deep Faith. Alright, yeah, it's worth shooting ourselves in the face to just get a 4 toughness creature down. Well, our 3 draws this game are all lands so far. Not really under pressure. They really didn't go 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop, which is good. We're not going to have any blocks if I send the Nurse in. But I could send the Convert in because I really don't need its mana. Could even activate the Plague Nurse, but I think I'd rather play a Rat. How scared am I about being able to block here? Against 1 creature right now? What's the worst that can happen? They charge the Mites and immediately corrupt me on the crackback? That'd be kind of bad. We know they at least have the 1/3 flyer. I did add long legs and cut a land. We didn't see any Charge the Mites round 1 or round 2, did we? But the fact that they have 4 untapped mana here, it's so unlikely that they have nothing. I'm actually going to play around Charge and just send in Convert. Could be wrong. Different trick? Or are we just trading? We're just trading. I don't know what's going on in this game. We'll see, I guess. Bardiche. Right, so just good late game stuff. What's going on? Play Siphoner and crack the Dross Pits if I play Swamp for turn. Head Cleaver could be good in the future. Down to 14. Bone Picker Scourge. Well, there goes our flying attack. So much for that. Yeah, we just need spells. Not a whole lot to do right now, but just wait for spells. Bardiche is really bad for us here, because even if we kill this Rebel token, they can move the Bardiche to the Scourge and we've got issues. The Scourge only becomes a 4/3 in the sky, so then I could just be sending my Plague Nurse in after that. Can 1-for-1 trade that 4/3 into my Plague Nurse or my Head Cleaver, but I think I'd rather just 2-for-1 let them kill the Rat and the Siphoner. Or just take it. Because I don't love that trade, but I really don't like letting it trade up into a 4-drop right now. We'll go to 10. This year. Stalker's reasonable here. But now they can just move the Bardiche to the flyer and start doing that. If I attack with Head Cleaver, they have to double block to kill it. But I would end up trading it into the Justiciar now. If it weren't for Justiciar, that'd be good because we could trade into Scourge. Yeah, we're just on Stalker Pass. Now they have to move Bardiche to the flyer. But moving it to the flyer is going to be pretty bad for us. Down to 6. Turn to the Scourge in the sky now. Send in Head Cleaver, they double block with 3/2/2/2. I don't think I can get attacks in here. Normally, Head Cleaver with Offer Immortality is incredible, but if they just block it with a 3/2 and a 2/2, I have to just let it happen so I can still kill Scourge in the sky. So I just don't really have attacks again. Yeah, Bardiche is kind of the common version of their mythic rare equipment, where we needed our Canopy or our Cankerbloom this game. Now they just have removal for Siphoner, so I can't even kill the Scourge. Oh no, it's just the Offer Immortality trade? That's pretty hilarious. We'll just bounce off each other. There's the long legs. If I didn't put long legs in the deck, this would have just been a land, so. Even though it's not very good here, it's better than what it would have been. Where is my green version of Hazardous Blast so I can just put them at 10 poison? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plus this ability, 9, 10, 11, 12. Do I want to poison them badly enough to send in nonsense now? Get one poison counter on them so I can chump and actually get value off long legs with a sack. What are my outs here? It generally just feels like my outs are somehow pulling something out with poison. I guess I'm still on Canopy Cankerbloom. Then we do have the better board state. Yeah, I guess I'm not sending in. Make sure we don't die to any complete devotions off the top. We start getting our chumps in. Necrogen Rot Priest is also an out. Gives any one of our creatures Death Touch, so we can block and trade the Siphoner into the Scourge and keep trading stuff up in every combat interaction. So we have 3 major outs. Rot Priest, Canopy, and Cankerbloom. I think I need to just die to a combat trick here so that I have 3 outs instead of 2, so that giving Siphoner Death Touch is still an out. With Rot Priest off the top. Offer Immortality off the top, I guess, kills Scourge, but it doesn't deal with the Bardiche problem. The Rot Priest would, because we could keep blocking. Well... not one of my listed outs, but I guess we do survive at least a turn with this. Not an out, but it's fine. They have to start sending it on the ground now. They get 1 more toughness max with that. Yeah, 3 power creatures like Stalker can kill anything they're attacking with. Do I bite now and start sending in with Siphoner to start getting some work done? I only have 4 blockers. I can't do that. I die if they all attack, if I attack with Siphoner. 4 blockers to 5 creatures, all of which have at least 2 power. I could still bite now, but I think I should just bite after they declare an attack so they can't move Bardiche to something else. Yeah, if they all attack into this Infectious Bite, then we'll win. But they won't. If I attacked with Siphoner and then they all attacked, we would die on board. If I went Bite, Scourge, and then attack with Siphoner. Try to do our thing here. Seems good. All right. 0-1 to start it off. I think there's too much to learn there, gameplay deck building wise. Like, we had outs in our deck. We knew that the Bardiche would be a problem. We had removal for it. We just didn't draw outs there. It happens. The only thing we maybe could have done differently was trying to play our toxic stuff really aggressively and go for like a really just crazy attack at some point there. But they had solid enough blocks to just kill us on the crackback. I don't think we could have found a victory in that one. Main phasing bite was an option. I felt like the odds of them getting value from being able to just move the equipment over are 100%, and the odds of them killing us with a card that they just top decked, probably like 1 out of 10 at that point. 20 cards up, probably like 2 tricks to save their creature. But losing is a lot more important than taking a little bit more, having a little bit of a worse trade against the Bardiche. That being said, they had like 2 cards in their hand before they even drew a card, so the Offer of Mortality could have not even been the top deck. So we don't even know if it would have mattered. They had at least 1 card, because they had 2 at the end of that turn, I think. That does not feel keepable on the play. Don't get to play a creature till turn 3, and that's only if we hit a land. Now we'll mulligan. This is better. I like Cultivator into Head Cleaver, but I also don't like removing a Drown and Ichor or a Stalker. I feel like I get rid of a Drown. And the play pattern is going to be Cultivator into Stalker into Drown into Head Cleaver. Right, Cultivator on 1, Stalker on 2, Drown whatever they play to block the Stalker to get them for 2 poison, and then play a Head Cleaver after that. I don't love it, because Drown's so good. Thanks for the follow, Mac. We could just like go just full ballsy play there and just put the Cultivator on bottom. Just be like, I'll just draw the lands. We're good. Feels like the wrong thing though. Well, Mere Convert's interesting. I think I would still rather play Stalker against the empty board, especially with Drown and Ichor in hand. The Convert could be good. If I play Convert, I guarantee Head Cleaver next turn, even if I don't hit a land. But if they don't play a creature or play a small creature here, we just drown it. And then Stalker does great things. Okay, it looks like they don't play a creature. Now I can just go Adaptive plus Convert this turn. Could be getting paid off. They probably are just shooting Stalker, it seems like. Serum Snare, put it back in our hand. Okay. Actually also alright. I think I would rather play Convert than Stalker, but it's very close. But I guess if I play Stalker here, Cultivator doesn't have any counters anymore, so I still can't play Head Cleaver unless I hit a land. It's awkward. I think I gotta get the Mana Dork down. And this way, when I play Stalker, Adaptive evolves again. If I play Stalker first, then Convert, Adaptive is only evolving once off of those things. Opponent's over it. Curved out well enough, and they just missed a 3rd land, I guess. They're like, yep, can't beat that. That's a curve. Well, there was one Serum Snare. I don't think we really have a sideboard against a single copy of Serum Snare. But they are blue-red, at least. Anything specific about blue-red we want to sideboard against, we can. I don't think there is. They could be pretty aggressive. I think I'm just not putting Arena in. A lot of the best stuff red can do is pretty aggressive. Yeah, build our entire deck around beating Serum Snare. No, let's just run it back. Just pretend game 2 is game 1 here, pretty much. The Serum Snare won us the game, gave us an extra evolve. Oh my god, Adaptive into Cultivator? I'm ramping slower that way, but then Adaptive's a 2/2 on turn 2. We've got a Vraska's Fall for their first creature. Yeah, Adaptive turn 1, Cultivator on 2, Hive Master on 3, Rot Priest on 4. That's fine with me. To play a little slower than I could. I could be playing faster by getting Cultivator out first, but then Adaptive is a little smaller. I just want to do the same thing I did last game and just get as aggressive as possible. Just get in there. Oh, Glistener Seer is going to kind of stop that. This Adaptive is going to have the game of its life. It really is. Threaten a Whisper of the Dross. Opponent doesn't care. Imagine if I got free from Flesh there. That would have been so disgusting. 2 more oil counters on the Seer, kill your Adaptive, GG. Yeah, that was probably objectively just not an attack. Because the only way we get anything done there is if our opponent really wants to protect their Glistener Seer. And it puts us at risk of a free from Flesh. Oh my god, are they stuck on 2 again? Good gravy. I could just Vraska's Fall this Seer, because they're going to need the Scribe pretty badly. But just making Adaptive a 3-power creature and putting another 3-power creature on the board at the same time also feels pretty good. Pressure them while they're down on lands. And if they don't want to take damage here, now they have to just chump block with the Seer and not be able to scry every turn. Yeah. There's the scry. Opponent is getting hard. Opponent's getting hit hard by Magic Arena right now. Freud? Freud, where are you? Stop. I don't want to say it anymore. Get out of my head. Opponent's getting hit hard by the Magic Arena Shuffler. Those are the words I was trying to say. We just keep doing our evolving adaptive thing. This is going to be nasty. I could even just go Rot Priest, but I'd rather get Head Cleaver out first and then Rot Priest because adaptive evolves each time. Hey Angerin, how's it going? We're having a pretty great stream today. Hope you're having a good time as well. We went 4-0 in our first sealed. We're now down a round. We're 0-1 right now. But we're up a game in game 2, and this game's looking pretty good for us. We're curving out, and our opponent is stuck on lands. Yeah, they're still having to just use the Seer. Take all the damage on board. Not a particularly fun-looking game for our opponent, but... Oh, great. Somebody clipped it. We're doing well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we kill Seer. Even if I don't kill Seer, all they can do is chump. Probably just play another creature. Play another creature, get a counter on Cultivator. Ready to play Rot Priest next turn. Good luck with the seal matches. Thanks, Angrin. We're doing our best. Alright, that 5 life here. Five mana up. They found all their land drops. I don't know what they could have for 5 mana that could turn this around, though. Like, even like Urabrask and stuff isn't going to be enough. Resistance, Sky Warden. Walk the 3, 4. I guess we don't kill them next turn, but still have pretty good attacks. Just hold up Offer Immortality. Go Offer Immortality Siphoner this turn instead of a 4-drop creature. They're gonna go for the double block there. Whoa. Okay. You just kill both creatures. They'll go to 1. And we'll drop a 1-power flyer. You have to deal with a ton of creatures to live. Alright, 2-0. We are 1-1. We've got to win in this traditional sealed event under our belt. That one was pretty fast. That wasn't super fair. Just didn't hit a lot of lands. Had to keep tapping their only blocker to find more. Game 1, I mean, they just scooped on 2 mana. Round 3. Cultivator into Head Cleaver. Can really run out of gas. Opponents on the play.
We are unstoppable.
I like the 1-mana 1/2 against potential 1-mana 1/1s, but I just think it's really hard to keep 5 landers in this format. Thanks for the follow, Alex. Alright. 2-lander with 2/2 drops. Let's go. Yeah, Drown's just more flexible than Offer. Opponent is on blue. Probably blue-red, judging by the sleeves, but they may be trying to fool us. It's all a ruse. Alright, there they go. Mirex into Engraver. Stalker offers the trade for Engraver, or we can just drown it. Get in for 2 poison if they don't have another creature. Skull Bomb, that's not another creature. And just sack it, draw a card. And then they go Mountain off of the Skull Bomb, probably. Mere Convert. We can drown Engraver this turn, and then we can just play 2 creatures next turn. if I want to start getting poison on them. I could also offer Stalker for Engraver, but I'm not in love with that with only 2 more creatures to play. I think I'm gonna drown and attack here, and then play these 2 next turn. Now they've got some poison, so all of our future Proliferate can start doing work. Four mana up. Please no Chimney Rabble. 1 time. Oh, that card is so good. Put them to 5 poison if I use a Drown and Ichor on a 1/1. It can't possibly be worth it, can it? Drowning a 1/1. Yeah, I'm probably just playing my toxic creatures and passing. Chimney Rabble's just the stone cold nuts against our deck. The 1/1 to kill all of our 1 toughness creatures and the 3/3 to block our 2/2s. It just walls us off, and we're really bad in board stalls. Alright, well I'm glad I kept Drown for that thing. That is a lot worse for us. Okay, and I've got the mana to just dump my whole hand, I guess. We're playing off the top again. Am I running multiple play-in events? No, this is just a traditional sealed. Just a regular traditional sealed. If you've already won a play-in event, you can still play more if you just want to compete for the gems, but that's it. No, we're already qualified, so I'm just playing traditional sealed. Practicing for the weekend tomorrow. No, you can't get multiple runs in the qualifier weekend. It's 1 shot no matter what. And you can't get like a pre-qualification for a future weekend. A super weekend? I don't know what I was trying to say there. Will I be streaming tomorrow? No, I'll be recording for my YouTube channel. I do daily videos on the YouTube, almost all draft and sealed. So that is where my focus is.
Together, we are unstoppable.
Stream like 2 or 3 times a week, but most of the big events and stuff, I don't like stream with a delay or anything. I just record them for the YouTube. Thanks for the follow, Absent AHC. That's a very fancy Quicksilver Fisher. I don't know where that came from. That must be the newest oil card style event. I do have a fancy mirror convert. I don't know where this came from either. I just bought it because we had a very pivotal game where we needed mirror convert. YouTube channel name? Just Gauntlet X. youtube.com/c/GauntletX, I think. Yep. Thanks, Marky Peach. Well, they found the flyer for the Siphoner, so we're still just not attacking. They've got a 3/3, 4/3 flyer, 5/5 to block with. So we'll just pass. Yeah, YouTube is where there's the video of the qualifier play-in that I qualified for this event with. It was another pretty busted sealed pool. I don't think it was... Well, it might have been as good as our first sealed pool today. It was pretty ridiculous. Not gonna lie. Unctus as well. That's a very fancy Unctus. They draw a card, discard a card when they attack with blue creatures. Their artifact creatures get +1/+1. The opponent's just showing off all the new card styles for their blue cards. Yeah, the ink blot style taking over the board state. Yeah, we're probably getting hit for 5 a turn now from this Fisher, and that's an issue. Phyrexia Arena could be good for this match. They don't seem to have a lot of 1s and 2s. Could maybe actually side it in this time. We've discussed it a lot. Got a foil one in paper. I could see these being a lot cooler in paper. I don't love them on Arena. With like the white text and the white background, it can be a little hard to parse what's going on. Sawblade Scamp? Well, there's a 1-drop. Another Stalker? Yeah, our deck is super rough in board stalls. We just don't have a lot of good draws in positions like this. This is the biggest flaw of this green-black pile. We get to this point and then we just start losing to even just like a decent equipment. I take 5 damage if I send Siphoner in, otherwise I'm just chumping. I don't think I'm chumping yet, but I'm gonna have to soon. Just get 1 damage in, 1 poison in. That could be the trick. That would be the one card that does kind of change that a lot. That would make our deck better in board stalls. Phyrexian Arena would do it. Take a lot of damage, but we'd be drawing twice as many cards as them. Another Canopy matchup, by the way. We're finding just a lot of matchups. Maybe we should have just been running that main deck from the start. They have artifacts and flyers again. Probably over Vraska's Fall, because that plays poorly against the Chimney Rebels. Alright, taking 5 from the Quicksilver Fisher. Going down to 7, they draw a card, discard a card. Look for some outs. Or they don't need outs. We need outs. We're looking for outs. I'm so used to when people are looting just be like, oh, they're looking for outs. But no, they're just looting while ahead. They're just finding more things to kill us with. Retrofitter goes to the grave, which means their hand has to be sweet. If that is not a good card to play here. They go Skull Bomb, so they kept that in hand because it gets all those counters on Scamp to shoot us in the face. And Anointer? We might just be dead, like, immediately, because they kill our flyer, they crack back next turn for 5, Sawblade Scamp shoots us for 1. Yeah, we're dead. Yeah, our deck just feels really bad in this board stall kind of position. Not that any of our other color pairs are that much better. Jace actually could be a win con here. If the board stalls out, but I can still block at least. Canopy's good. Arena might come in. Something like this. could get swapped around. Like, I just need to curve out really nicely on the play if I'm ever going to get through and actually kill them. Hey, Treleven. Hope I remembered that correctly. How's it going? Actually, Offer Immortality would have been a huge draw there as well. Have Siphoner trade into the 5-power flyer. Might just be over sideboarding. Like, we had good draws that could swap that board position a little bit, at least. We're definitely putting Canopy in, at least. I could be overthinking this with the whole Jace. Alright, I don't love the fall again against Chimney Rabble stuff. So we go Canopy over that, and then maybe just go Arena over Basilisk or something? I don't know. $41 card special, Phyrexian Arena. Let's go. 2 things the majority of the chat will hate that I'm doing. Let's do it. Play first. Hey, if I miss 2 land drops in a row, I lose the game pretty appallingly. I also don't play anything on 1 or 2 when I'm on the play. I don't pressure them in the early game. Oh, I want to keep it. But I don't know that I can. Alright, this is better. Multiple 2-drops we know we can play. If we make it to late game, we have Vorinclex. But was Whisper any good against their deck? We're gonna think back. They had 1/3s. It's pretty decent against that, so that we win the combat there. But then they had like 3/3s and 2/4s and stuff. We might actually just prefer Offer Immortality, even though it's so much more expensive to play as a trick. They had a Scamp and a Goblin token, but I think I like Offer better here. Conan also took a mulligan. Alright, I'm just going to play a Stalker and hold up an Offer Immortality for the next combat. If they don't play a creature, we really start putting poison pressure on them. If they do, we Offer Immortality. Oh, well, we didn't see that at all game 1, and that is disgusting here. Whisper the Dross would have been great. We play Convert Dross on Watcher. Even if I Offer Mortality, that's just not a great trade anymore. When it's the card with the draw card death trigger. Oh, that is so gross. I'm just gonna go Convert here and go wide first. If I can plop down a Vorinclex, we can probably just get there by holding up an Offer Immortality on it. And we're 1 turn away. Next turn we just play Vorinclex and go for it. I'm just going to hold and just go all in on this Vorinclex and keep Offer Immortality for protection. Doesn't work against Mesmerizing Dose, but I don't think we saw Mesmerizing Dose. We just saw red burn spells mostly. swamp. Well, that could find a kill for Vorinclex. We didn't see a swamp last game either. Alright, there is the Chimney Rabble. We knew about that one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 power on board means we just don't even attack with the Vorinclex here. We just play it and pass. They could have removal on their turn before Immortality's up. If they're splashing in black removal, this is the only swamp we've seen in like 15 turns of Magic or something, so I feel like it's more likely they're splashing in some kind of bomb and not a lot of black stuff. They're not going to have removal in red or blue that can kill it through Offer Immortality. Or that can't kill it through Offer Immortality is what I mean to say. If they have red or blue removal here, it just means that they have, like, steal it and sack it with a red card, or tap it down with a blue card, which Offer Immortality isn't gonna save. They did not see Vorinclex game 1, so they didn't side in to kill Vorinclex. Alright, we know what we're doing. We're all in. We know what we're doing. They might just outrace us too here, which is so sad. Block, block, we take 7 on the crackback. We're already at 15 and we're getting hit first. Or just take 5 in the sky 3 turns in a row. Siphoner off the top's actually legit. We can deal with the Quicksilver Fisher with that. If I 2 for 1 myself. It's not 2 for 1 in myself, but I would prefer to have both of these for Vorinclex, and I'll have to use 1 on the Siphoner. I could also just do a chump trying to race them. If they force me to use Offer here, and I want to hold up the second Offer. Alright, so we're going to kill all 3 of these and trample over for 3 damage because Death Touch trample. Okay, same difference. But they draw a card with the Watcher. Alright, they're down to 11. We have Siphoner and the mana to Immortality that. Do I hold the Immortality or kill the Quicksilver Fisher, though? I'm just not confident. That I can, like, outrace them. Without killing the Fisher, because they get a chump block here. Go to 9, crackback for 6. They could just keep playing more random nonsense blockers. And then I don't outrace them. But I guess if they keep playing more random nonsense blockers, they could stack up 6 power In which case I also just get screwed for not having immortality. Just gonna try to race. Down to 9. Well, it was nice trying. Maybe they'll play around a combat trick. If they play around a combat trick for lethal, then we get to kill Ovika and potentially outrace them. If they don't block, though, we just lose. They're dead on board to Titanic growth. +4/+4. So they have to consider it. Trample over for 5, because that's Death Touch Trample. There goes Ovika. They played around the Titanic growth, but now they're down to 4. Because we had Offer Immortality instead. If they have anything with at least 2 power, they can just hold up a double block on Vorinclex. They'll go pretty low, though. It's not a pretty big creature. Hmm, 2/4 is a pretty big creature. Wow, they can double block and I only kill 1 creature. That also buffs the might, so they get in for 2 damage here with that, since it can't block anyway. Make another might with Mirex at worst. We're dying pretty fast. Opponent has Volt Charge in hand to kill me? Otherwise, this is an insanely risky attack. Gotta be Volt Charge lethal, is what's going on. If they have a follow-up creature, they're just like dead to any removal or combat trick. Alright, I guess they're just going dead to removal or combat trick. There's the removal. Loudest clicks of the day. Let's go. Never didn't have it. Oh, that was a nail biter. They know all of our tricks now. What do we even do? Just play Phyrexian Arena on the draw, right? Play Jace. 41 cards just wins games. I told you, chat. 41 card special is what it's all about. I wonder. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If I don't click done, it just gives me my initial deck, right? Watch me not click done and then I have no red sources. Double Volt Charge or double Hex Gold Slash by doing this. We have a lot more interaction. The Volt Charges are really good against those 4/3 flyers they keep killing us with. Here's what makes this incredibly tempting. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 creatures. Pretty low on creatures. "41 card special, Oxida Finisher." What are we doing here, bro? Running a bunch of Volt Charges against 4/3 flyers that we keep dying to. That's what we're doing. That's the plan. The 41st card is looking really bad here, though. The 41st card is looking pretty bad here. We'll be honest on that one. We took an L there. That's a pretty fat L in the opening hand. I did. Yeah, see, we're still running Vorinclex. It's right here. Yeah. We have Vorinclex at home. Yeah, I'm not going to poison them out. We'll just play the 3/1 over the 2/2. They do the same thing. They're on red-black right now. Where are the islands? They're probably just using Skull Bomb to find them. They were already splashing black before. Hey, this is a 6-mana card. It is Vorinclex at home. 6 mana, 7/5 trample is kind of close to Vorinclex, right? No haste, but... They've got a Seed Course. They have any color for Phyrexian creatures specifically? Which is most creatures in this set. The Serum Core Chimera is a Phyrexian Chimera thingamabob. Volt Charge Cackler. Anoint the Cackler. So that was the Black Splash. I think that's the first black spell we've seen. I think we know the Black Splash now. It's just for Anoint. Chimney Rabble. Card is so good against every deck I build. I'd rather offer than drown it. I mean, offer's great on the trampler later, but drown kills like everything we've seen in their deck. We haven't seen anything with 5 or more toughness. So it just feels more flexible because we don't have to kill something in combat. So if they have their Unctus or whatever, the 3-mana 2/4 thingamabob that gives them all the good abilities but never gets into combat, we can still kill that with drown, but we can't kill that with offer. Oh yeah, there is the Ovika. That was the 1 card. True. They did just play a Phyrexian Atlas. I'll probably hold on to both of these then. And just trade a 3/1 into Rabble. If they send it in, and if they don't, we just chill. Yeah, Hive Master's big enough to attack in on this board. Can just start doing that. Because it doesn't die to the Goblin, and it trades with Rabble. Keep both of these. There's a Quicksilver Fisher. Gonna have to drown that. Unless I top deck one of my 3 damage burn spells, then I'll play that. Because Drown kills more things. They do have 4 toughness stuff running around in their deck. This is stressful. Yeah, all in all, we're in a perfectly fine position. Even if they play one of their big bombs, we have an Offer Immortality to maybe use on it. Alright, we got the Rabble out of the way, potentially. We did. Now we can start sending in a 2/2 every turn. Potentially. Need to see what they do here. Finisher's starting to look really, really good, but we're still a mana away from it. Skull Bomb. That's actually a lot better against our red-black deck than it would have been our black-green. It's awkward. Oh, here comes a Retrofitter. Turn the Skull Bomb into a 4/4. Okay. And I guess we're not super worried about the Skull Bomb bouncing something. Crescendo's a really good draw. And we could try to win combat against the... Well, we can try to trade with the Skull Bomb and draw a card. I might even use it on the aggressive here. That feels probably wrong, but I could use it on this Phyrexian Might. Get an attack in with it, but what happens there is we probably just trade Crescendo for Goblin Token. Yeah, I'm just gonna hold it off on blocks. This is not a game that's about tempo at all. Game's already gone on for 5,000 turns. We want to get every bit of value we can, trade into their biggest creatures, and just find the land for finisher, and as the name suggests, try to finish them with it. I have a Serum Snare on the Rebel, that'd be bad. Maybe I should have done the Rat to play around Serum Snare. Don't remember if their specific deck showed us any. But they are in blue. Skull Bomb is sorcery speed though, so they can't do that. Alright. 4/4 Skull Bomb has been dealt with. Now we can Whisper the Goblin. Not gonna do anything else. I could wait until combat on my turn. That way they can't block the Rat with Retrofitter. Although there's a 2/5, so now yeah, we just Whisper the Goblin. There's no reason to wait. We can't attack into a 2/5 anyway. Alright, so now we hit untap land, play finisher one time. Let's go! Let's go! Game plan established. Endgame begun. Vorinclex has hit the board. They have 4 power on their boards. They can't even kill the finisher yet. Vorinclex has left home. Klex is Klexing. Yeah, I don't know what chat's freaking out about here. We're just black-green. Vorinclex, the deck. Here's the Vorinclex. Here's the Strider, the 2-mana 3/1 thing. They have 1 card in their hand to try to get around Offer Immortality. Oh my god, that's a draw. Could even put Batterfist on this, but then I have to Offer Immortality if they triple block. But if I don't put Batterfist, all I have to do is Hexgold Slash, which is horrifically disgusting. Now I still have Offer Immortality for something else. Seems good. Might as well put the Batterfist on the rat. I guess it'll die to Hazardous Blast if I put it there. But we haven't seen any Hazardous Blasts from our opponent. We're definitely not taking the opportunity to put Batterfist on finisher right now, because we'll just kill our finisher post-combat. Because it's got that 4 damage on it. Again, that's why we didn't put Batterfist on finisher when we went into the combat. So we wouldn't have to Offer Immortality and we could save it for one of their bombs. Make sure we're just locked into winning this game. And there you go! 2-1. With green-black Vorinclex, the deck. We're now 1-1 in rounds. I don't know, we're 1-1 in rounds. We went 2-1 in that game. Or in that round. Oh, no, we are 2-1. Oh, shit. What other round? Oh, yeah, there was that round that took like 7 minutes because our opponent couldn't draw lands. I forgot about that. We are 2-1 in rounds. Okay. The heart of the Vorinclex was with us. True. All right, we're 1 win away for the believers. We're 1 loss away for the non-believers. So this one's going to be... This one could go either way. On the Gamba. We'll have to see how it plays out here. Maybe we should be green-red and have 2 Vorinclex? Could be. I really liked the Drowns in that matchup, though. Really liked the Drown and Ikers in that matchup. Alright, play first. And let's see what we got. 3 drops. Hate starting the game on turn 3 in this format, but our 3 into 4s are good and we have a Vraska's Fall for interaction. Probably the slowest hand I'll willingly keep today. Oh god, not adaptive. Okay, Thirsting Roots. Opponent's got a nice slow start for now as well. Green-blue, and never punished. We actually had a 2-drop in the hand the whole time. Not a greedy keep at all. It curves out perfectly. Yep, the deck is still going. We are 2 wins and 1 loss right now, Professor. Scrap Orgy. Let's just be obnoxious here and stop their mana ramp. And put 3 poison counters on them instantaneously. Oh my god, it's fixing too. They're green, blue, and white. Are they running Atraxa? I don't want to lose to an Atraxa again. No swamp. Don't show me a swamp. Alright, trade our 3-1 up into their 3-3. Cool. 5 Master Pass. Skrelv, that can't block. Vorak can, though. Double Vorak, that's pretty sick. Another Plains. 4 mana, we drop Head Cleaver. Sure. Take our trade, get our might, drop our head cleaver. Basilica Shepherd, bunch more mites that can't block, and 1 3/3 flyer. Well, I can send the head cleaver in. And play a Plague Nurse, which also attacks well into their 3/3. They're at 5 poison. The way Vorinclex works is it doubles all the counters already on them, right? Like, I just need to play Vorinclex and then they double from 5 to 10 poison. Right? That's how it works. We're a couple lands away from Vorinclex. We definitely need to hit a green source as well. Oh, charge the mites with 4 dudes on board. There goes the 2/4 menace. Toxic. Swooping Lookout. They can now double block Plague Nurse. Okay, they can now chump block Plague Nurse. Is this Titanic Growth? Titanic Growth trades into our Plague Nurse on attacks or blocks. It is not Titanic Growth. They're just trying to get a little bit of poison in. I still don't have a second green. 5th land here. We need specifically forest off the top now. Second green is actually super rough here because we could either use Plague Nurse to guarantee 2 poison on them and play Canker Bloom, or we could go Basilisk and Canker Bloom, but since we can only do one thing here, do I just Canker Bloom, shoot the Lookout, hit them to 8 poison total? I guess they could Skrelv in response. Yeah, we don't Canker Bloom because they can Skrelv, they can pay the 2 life and protect it from Canker Bloom's ability. So we just send in the Plague Nurse, put them to 7 poison. If they block like that, they block the Plague Nurse, it's just a chump. Maybe I don't even send in the might. I feel like I should, though. Yeah, I'm gonna send in the might. Load them up with poison here if they don't chump. And then if they do, we still get damage and poison in. I feel like Basilisk is better here at 7 poison. Porcelain Zealot. That's pretty nasty. Buff the might, attack with it as a 3/3 here. Not very fun. Down to 12, up to 2 poison. Back source number 5 before green source 2. Alright, draw spits, what do we have? Excellent Siphoner, not very good on this board. We are likely playing a Canker Bloom. Send in the Basilisk. Basilisk trades are all fine. Yeah, if they like double block Plague Nurse with Zealot Shepherd or Lookout Shepherd or something like that. Those trades aren't great. And the Plague Nurse can block the 3/3 might on the ground. I think I kill the flyer here. Oh, no, I don't know. Yeah, I guess they can just go for the single block. If they specifically want to trade Shepherd into Basilisk, then yeah, they shouldn't put any other creatures here. They don't need to kill it. Unless they're worried about Whispers of the Dross. Block with Lookout? Just Lookout, okay. Trying to find lethal over a couple turns. Logbook doesn't really do anything. Happy to see that. Can draw them cards over time, but this game's ending in a few turns. Whichever way it goes. Most likely. If I'm really that worried about Logbook, I can blow it up with Cankerbloom, because Skrelv can only protect creatures. Buff the Might. Hexproof from green with Skrelv? Or can't be blocked by green creatures here? Yep, can't be blocked by green creatures. Could respond by just killing it, but... I don't think I want to. I'll just take 3. Green, says opponent. Hey, Quad Virgo, how's it going? Drown and Ichor. Proliferating's big. Oh, that is really big. They have bad blocks with Zealot, and if they don't block, they die. They have to chump Plague Nurse, take a poison, go to 9, die to Cankerbloom. Yeah, Drown and Ichor was absurd off the top. Alright. We got 1 poison win. If we were running a poison win poll. I think that's our first poison win, though. So, probably... Probably wouldn't be great for poison win believers. That's the first one. I'm actually pretty fine with this matchup, just with the deck as it is. That played perfectly fine. Good amount of flyers is a little spooky. I mean, we only saw 2 flyers total. But the canopy can kill their Skrelv as well and stuff like that, so I think the canopy's okay. Probably, yeah, we do the same thing we always do of canopy over Vraska's Fall against these decks that can make might tokens. Vraska's Fall is a really bad card at the wrong time. And most of the time against this deck, it will be the wrong time with all these Phyrexian mites. So canopy over Fall and call it a day. Sure. Game 2, let's go. Another slow hand. Probably have to mulligan this because it doesn't play anything proactive till turn 4. We don't play anything that we're actively attacking with till 4. And opponent took a mulligan, so it feels kind of free here. Yeah, we'll take the mull. Well, did we mull to 5? Our opponent's on a mulligan to 5 as well. This is basically the same hand with just different 4-drops. I mean, game 1 we kept a slow hand and got them in the end. Hopefully we can just do the same here. Unless they're trying to mulligan into just like a perfect curve of 1, 2, 3, which could be a thing. That's definitely a thing in this format. Sorry about squeaky chair. It's more comfortable than non-squeaky chair, so I'm using it right now. I should grab non-squeaky chair though. Yep. Start with a 5-card hand. So we're just aiming for card advantage here. Trying to offer the mutual mull to 0. Yeah, and then I was just rude. I was like, no, I'm good. Super rude. Yeah, nothing till turn 3 from either player. We're good. We're golden. Got the card advantage from keeping the slow 6-card hand here. Maybe consider switching to Sylvok Battle Chair. God, I wish. Wish I had a Sylvok Battle Chair. Both for this deck and for real life. This is a solid trade because we get a Might Left Behind and then we play our Rot Priest. I don't think I want to use this removal yet. We'll just go for the onboard trade. They are a Atraxa deck, by the way. We have confirmation. If they cast an Atraxa, we'll cast a Canopy, but they'll still draw like 5 cards, so we'll probably still lose. Well, Rot Priest against the empty board is really terrifying for them. They need to play that Atraxa fast, and it's a 7-mana card, and they just sacked a land. We hit them for like 4 poison here, I think? Oh, the Rot Priest works on itself? We hit for 5? Good lord, I actually play Basilisk over Mantis then. We just play Mantis and hold up Bite. We have Bite and Canopy, 2 removal spells that both put another poison counter on them when we use them. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 poison? If they take all this? How do we know they're Atraxa? Because they're green, white, blue, black. I don't think anybody else would splash that much. I could have canopied the Prism pre-combat. They're just going to exile their own Prism and go to 12. The reason to canopy the Prism would be to get another poison just in case, but yeah, this is so overkill. Just 2 poison wins there off Necrogen and Rot Priest. Disgusting. That's 3 wins. Believers, we did it. Above average record for this run. 3 wins and 1 loss. Is our current ranking. We're breaking even. Pretty much. Because I crafted everything in the set, so every rare that we get, non-believers officially in shambles, RIP Cowboy Skin. Yeah, I crafted everything in the set, so 9 packs, that's 20 gems per pack, 180. We have 1980 gems. 1980 gems. Out of the 2,000 it cost. How many poison game wins now? 2, I think. I think literally just 2. Alright, I gotta open the Twitch dashboard up real quick. Pay the believers. You've earned it. We got a poison victory. And 3 wins. Choose outcome, 3+ wins. Complete prediction. And let's head into the final round of Magic. Win or lose. The final game of this sealed event. It'll be a 4-win run or a 3-2. Complete prediction, yeah. COMPLEAT. Cowboy has been converted to the cult of Klex. Hell yeah. Vorinclex, let's go. Let's cast another Vorinclex, shall we? Actually, I haven't cast a ton of them. Alright, final round, let's go. See if we can get some good stuff going. Maybe get another poison victory. We've had some real awkward games with this deck, some really bad board stalls where it just does like nothing. But if our opponents don't cast anything, they do get poisoned out real fast. That's true, Cowboys. Somebody had to doubt, so thanks for taking one for the team. Ooh, Stalker into fall. Could be good. Could also be horrible in this matchup. Gonna be horrible in this matchup. I can Cankerbloom the Hive, but not yet. If you ever come to designing or commissioning sub-badges, you vote that they're chibi Praetor heads? That would be pretty sweet. Which card is worse for me? Skitterfang or Hive? They're both pretty bad. If I kill Skitterfang, I get them for 2 poison here. Probably offer the trade for Skitterfang. If they take the trade, then we blow up Hive and we've just dealt with their early cards. Yeah, I think I need to kill the Skitterfang and just try to outrace the Hive. Problem is when they corrupt us and all the stuff gets lifelink. I think I kill it after blocks here, because like the best they can do is like, what, lifelink a Might? In which case I block and then sack this and they don't gain the life anyway. So I can get a free block here. Got a Mirror Convert as well. Vraska's Fall looking absolutely horrific. Vraska's Fall in shambles. Alright, give the Might flying. So this is the same as if I just killed it. During my turn, I wouldn't have a block for the Phyrexian Might either way, because I wouldn't have a Cankerbloom on board. I kind of think I have to kill Hive now, though. Skitterfang's down to 2 counters, and if I just kill Skitterfang here, next turn they hit me with all these, I'm corrupted, and their whole board has lifelink. Yeah, it really feels like main deck Canopy over main deck Fall would have been way better. Now we're just kind of getting bodied by a Skrelv's Hive. Or bodied by a Skitterfang. I'm gonna kill the Skrelv's Hive. We have the Vorinclex to try to kill them in the long game. Oh, and now we have the Drown and Ichor for the Skitterfang? Just do both? Just kill both, I guess? Stalker just trades in a Convert or something here. Yeah, knock them down to just a couple Mites. Yep, trade for Convert. Wellspring's gonna draw them cards, but that's not as bad as the Hive. Do I need to drown Skitterfang immediately? If they untap with Skitterfang, all they're gonna do is give one of these flying again. So I think I just play Basilisk, and I can drown it later. Lifelink isn't that bad for us either because we're planning on killing him with a 6/6. So we can definitely do that. Well, Flensing Raptor makes that worse for us. Now we're taking 3 poison. Double Johnny Maker. Oh my god, that's so funny. Wellspring just putting in work here though. Still. I believe we're drowning both creatures. Passing with a Basilisk up. Discard the top. Uh-oh. Alright. The game plan is to get a land, play a Vorinclex, kill them with a Vorinclex. Sizer Glider is spooky. But we're still at 16. That's not horrific. 1/3 can still block these as 2/2s. Not as bad as I was expecting. There we go. Land for Vorinclex. Let's get them. Let's get them. They can't get any counters on their Wellspring anymore. They just have one more draw off of it, and then the Scries. That's it. Boop! Sick 'em, boy! Is that a Hearthstone reference? I feel like it is. I feel like one of the cards in Hearthstone says that when you play it. Oh, wait, doesn't Minkskin Boost say that? Minkskin Boost says something goofy like that when you use the minus or whatever. No, they say go for the eyes. That's the one. I'm guessing by the amount of time spent thinking, they don't immediately have removal for Vorinclex. That is the truth. They have 4 power on the board that they can block with, so we're still just jamming in. Mere Convert. That is fine. Jam on in, buddy. They're down to 3. I'm so ready to side out this Vraska's Fall. I'm beyond ready to sideboard out this Vraska's Fall. Oh my god, Bone Picker Scourge off the top? How do they survive here? Block, trample for 1. If I attack with all 3, they kill this. They take 2 total. Yeah, we don't attack with all. Vraska's Fall does give them 2 more poison counters with Vorinclex on board. What is this? Oh, they stop all the damage and only lose 1 creature. That's what it is. Doesn't necessarily mean combat trick. Yeah, this is just them stopping all the trample damage. Okay. Good lord. I got shooketh. Uh-oh. Should I still be shooketh? Charge of the Mites. They had 5 creatures and Vorinclex was 6? Yeah, that was gonna happen no matter what. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm never gonna get rid of all these Mites, so we might as well fall now while I can get 2 poison counters on them, and the Wellspring doesn't trigger. Or the Wellspring doesn't get an oil, and then we play the Scourge. Try to kill them with that. And these creatures. We're still good on board. Right, we're still lethal on board. They need another blocker. Excuse me? What is this? Oh my god, the freaking thing poisons me! Does this give Toxic 2? It gives Toxic 1. Oh my god, okay, if it gave Toxic 2, I'd take 4 poison here. Yeah, that card's any graveyard, yeah. They used the Vorinclex to kill the Vorinclex. Well, they draw 1 removal spell. I'm gonna lose this game. If I attack with Scourge, but I'm pretty certain I have to attack with Scourge, right? Oh, Jesus Christ. If I attack all 3, they block the Scourge, block the Convert, and take 1, and then I take 4 poison next turn and I'm dead. Gotta send in Scourge, it makes them dead next turn. They have to hit removal to kill me. I'm still pretty much dead to removal. Scry to the top. I'm dead. Yep. I mean, we were dead pretty much either way. God. No, if they didn't have removal, I don't take 4 poison, because I'd block both the Mites and take 2 from Vorinclex. And I'd still have a Basilisk on board that would have survived. Attack for 3, kill them on the crackback. Well, that was an absurd endgame. Anoint and Ossification? Yeah, Canopy's really good here. Vraska's Fall's really bad. I think enough so that probably if we had Canopy instead of Vraska's Fall that game, we would have won. If we had that in the main deck. Does dying to poison count for the Poison Gamba? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. More of the story, we can't let Vorinclex die. True. Tempted to do some kind of green-red or black-red here. I do like the Drowns. I don't think Communion's great here. They played multiple exile removal spells that just 2-for-1 us every time we put Communion on anything, like Anoint or Ossification. We get absolutely nothing back from Communion in that position. Yeah, I think it's just Canopy for Fall again, or we do the red pivot. I think it's a little late now, 40 seconds left to go for the red pivot. And we probably go green-red this time instead of black-red, because green gives us the Canker Bloom and Canopy, if we wanted to do that. Yeah. It's pretty borderline, but I have a rat on too, with some interaction afterwards. Possible to change the deck between matches? Yes. Your sideboard is everything in your sealed pool and any number of basic lands. Round 3, we pivoted into black-red for game 3 and won the game. Not concerned with blowing up Wellspring until creatures are going to start dying. So we're just going to play another toxic creature. Their only blocker is Siphoner. I think we can actually just let them keep the Wellspring to hit them for 4 more poison this turn. While Skrelv is summoning sick. That is 5 poison, baby. Yeah, Wellspring isn't scary, but it does help a lot if the game ends up going long. Draws them quite a few cards. 6th poison. We get a Vorinclex on board, that's 10 poison. Head Cleaver. Not gonna be 10 poison then. I'd probably rather offer Immortality on the Head Cleaver. And the Skrelv on blocks here. Ignorance is spicy. But I'm pretty sure I'm still on offer Immortality and then just Vorinclex next turn. I do hit them for 2 poison either way, because if the rat dies, we proliferate. But I think I would rather use my mana and get the Head Cleaver off the board than put the Plague Nurse down right now. Trap. They're at 7 poison, hitting for 1 every turn. Alright, dead to Vorinclex. Dead to Vorinclex. That's poison 8, 9. Blightbelly Rats dies to the Scrap Trap. Let's just do that again for game 3. This is a stressful one. This is the final round if we win or lose, and it's going all the way to game 3. Do we want to confuse them with the pivot to red? Probably not. I think we're running it back again. The poison plan seems decent in this matchup because they have a lot of creatures that can't block, a lot of might production. This actually does seem like a solid matchup for just the regular main deck. Doesn't really end in too many board stalls, which is the only issue with the main deck that we have here. That it's not good in board stalls. Well, this round, we haven't been getting into those, so we'll just run it back. One 3 still looked decent there if I wanted to put the spider in just because it blocks mites forever. Could have been a swap. Okay. That's what we want to see in an opening hand. No 2-drop from our opponent. Also, what we want to see. I'm going to play the rat on the ground first. Works better with Infectious Bite and stuff. There's the Wellspring again. I think that's just another card we're really happy to see in this matchup. Because they really need to be dropping creatures to trade off early against our deck. Going for combat damage, am I going for toxic? I have 3 ways to put another poison counter on them. I'm going for toxic here. So I'm going to go for the creature with toxic rather than the higher power creature. Bite is instant speed, but Drown can kill bigger things. So I'm going to go for the bite. Clear that and stay toxic. It's 4 counters now. 2 ways to proliferate. Another Hive Master. Drown and Cankerbloom here. 5th poison, 6th, 7th when we attack. Scry to the top from our opponent. Dead Rat does proliferate as well. Oh, did they hit 1 mana removal off the top? No, they're just drawing it right now. Drop the Canker Bloom. Don't think I'm trading into Wellspring when it's out of counters right now. Keep this on board because they're also at 12 life for regular combat damage. Flensing Raptor we can proliferate with Canopy, so yeah, Canker Bloom proliferate, Rat proliferate, and Canopy proliferate. That's gonna be GG. That's gonna be G to the G and a 4-win run from our green-black Toxic deck. They are now tapped out. Nothing to worry about here. Proliferate, they're at 8. Oh my god, draw the Drown and Iker as well, why don't you? Canopy, they're at 9. they're already over it because I can just attack with Siphoner or the Rat. Either one, the Rat dies and proliferates. The Siphoner hits them for 1. That's a 4-1 run. We're 4-0 and 4-1 today. Pretty great runs overall. That was 4 hours and 40 minutes for 2 traditional sealed runs though, and I do have FNM in a little bit under 2 hours that I'm gonna go to. So I think I'm not gonna do another one here. I'm just gonna get all prepped and ready for Friday Night Magic. Well, that is going to end today's video. As always, if you'd like to see more, just stick around on the channel. You can like, comment, and subscribe to tell the YouTube algorithm to send you some more of these videos in your recommended feed. If you'd like to check out the Twitch channel, you can check that in the link in the description below. That is where this was previously streamed live. And if you'd like to support the channel directly, you can check out the Patreon link in the description below. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon for some more Magic Arena.